And welcome back in here to News Junkies. I'm Bill DeFoi. Visiting with me right now is Jenise Wagar, and she is with the Pier of the Future. She is the executive director of this nonprofit organization that helps to raise money for the Ventura Pier. So we want to welcome Jenise in here. And Jenise, good to have you with us.
Good to be here. Thank you, Bill.
And I hope I didn't butcher the name too much.
I'm used to it. You did it perfect.
Oh, wonderful. Good. Hopefully that will happen the second go around. Tell us a little bit about your organization, Peer into the Future.
Sure. Peer into the Future, we're a relatively small nonprofit in the city of Ventura, and our main focus is to raise funds to enhance and preserve the historic Ventura Pier.
Now, you were telling me that part of the fundraising efforts that goes on beyond the event that's coming up is when you approach the Ventura Pier, there is granite rocks that have plaques on them. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a really unique opportunity, and if you're standing on Harbor Boulevard and you're facing the pier, you look to your right and your left and you'll see these beautiful black panels, granite panels. And for only $175, you can get a family name or a business name engraved at the deckhand level. And then we have opportunities ranging all the way to $10,000.
Now, for $10,000, what can an organization or a family get that wants to put that much money forward for the pier?
They actually get a kind of a square on the major donor panel, and we work with a graphic artist in the family and we design what they want it to say. So there's just a little more space.
All right. So how much of the history of the pier do you know about?
A little bit.
All right. So it's been around for how many years?
I believe the pier is 143 years
wow.
old.
Mm-hmm. And it's sustained. I mean, what, about 15 years ago, there was a major storm, an El Nino, that came in and wiped out a good section of that pier.
Yeah, I believe during that storm we lost about 400 feet of that. And so that's actually one of the things that our organization does is we raise funds, and we have an endowment fund at the Ventura County Community Foundation. So any money that we raise through the granite engravings or the event coming up here under the stars, we put into that endowment fund. And then every year the city of Ventura can use the interest from that endowment to maintain the pier, because it's very expensive to maintain it.
Well, I remember I was telling you this before we sat down for our visit here together, that with the last storm about 15 years ago, as a reporter for one of the local radio stations, I was invited to come out and inspect the end of where the pier had been lobbed off. And so a group of us from the media, with an escort, by the way, from Ventura City Fire, had gone out towards the end of the pier. And I remember one of the other reporters from a television station, the pier started to shake because it was still kind of wobbly. And they said, "I am out of here." And they ran like the Dickens back towards shore. Yeah. But we were all safe, and they wouldn't have allowed us out there had that not taken place. But your group, with the event of perhaps a super El Nino coming up, this is going to be significant with not only Pier Under the Stars, but your ongoing fundraising to ensure the integrity of that pier.
Right. You know, I think for most of us that grew up here or that now live here, the pier is an icon. You know, we have memories there. Our children learn to fish there, wedding proposals, you know, those types of things. And it's just a really special place. So our nonprofit puts all our resources into working with the city of Ventura. It's a partnership. Mary Joyce Ivers from the city, who's responsible for the maintenance of the pier, is on our board of directors. And we just feel really strongly that it's our role to keep the needs of the pier structurally in terms of the kind of money that's needed to maintain it out in the forefront of the city council and of the community, so future generations can create the same kind of memories that we have.
I remember as a kid going out there and fishing off the pier, and you know, when my kids were really small, I took them out to the pier as well. So a lot of memories there.
Yeah, a lot. Another really unique program that we have is there's benches on the pier. I don't know if you've seen them.
I've seen those, yes.
I work with so many families sadly, most of them are memorial benches, but the comfort that we've been able to provide these families over the years is really nice. So you can actually adopt a bench and then get your loved one's name put in a bronze plaque on the back. So not only are we helping the families create some happier memories in that regard, but the money from that also goes back into the endowment. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Wonderful. Now, tell us a little bit about your background. You're the executive director of the organization, Pier of the Future. Tell us about your background and how you came to be the executive director.
Sure. Well, I consider myself really fortunate. I actually worked for the city for 19 years, and during that time, one of my projects was to be the staff liaison with this community group to raise $1 million to start that foundation. And so I did that for a number of years, and then in 2009, I decided that I wanted to spend a little bit more time with my children, but still needed, to work part-time. And so that's when this organization asked me to come on board part-time and be their executive director. So I have a lot of history with the pier, a lot of history and relationships with the city. So it was a natural fit.
Sounds like a great marriage between the two.
Definitely, yeah.
Wonderful. Now, you have an event coming up on October the 3rd called Pier Under the Stars. This has been an annual event. I've been to it. It's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, this is our 22nd annual event, and basically I think it's the funnest party in town. It's a mix of breweries, wineries, other beverage providers that are non-alcoholic, restaurants, cafes, and just a great evening under the stars. Guests pay one price to get in. They wander around sampling the cuisine of Ventura and Oxnard and even Camarillo. We have some restaurants and wineries. And we have a live band, Caliente, so people literally are dancing under the stars. It's held in the parking lot right below the pier, with silent auction, massages, photo booth, and it's just a great evening. Very casual, a complete, Ventura type laid-back atmosphere, all to raise funds for the pier.
It sounds like a typical Ventura event.
It is. People ask me, what's the dress code? And I say flip-flops, and jeans.
Hey, I'm wearing sandals right now.
Yep.
You can't tell, but I'm wearing sandals. I would feel right at home in going out to the event. And this is going to be on October the 3rd. What are the ticket prices? How can people get more information about the event?
Yeah, it's always held the first Saturday of October. It starts at 5 o'clock and goes till 8. And tickets are $75 for general admission. And people might say, oh, that's a lot of money, but it's actually not, because once you get in, there's no tickets or anything like that. You can eat and drink as much as you would like that evening, even get a massage for free and photos for free. So to get tickets, you can go to our website, which is peerintothefuture.org. You can also go to Brown Paper Tickets and buy them online. And those are the easiest ways to get it.
Wonderful. Excellent. And how many people can you accommodate at this event?
We can accommodate about 800 people.
That's great.
Yeah, it's great. And we usually sell out every year. So I encourage people, if they're thinking about going, to don't wait. I think last year, I remember the day of, we were setting up and we weren't quite sold out. I think we sold 60 tickets on that Saturday because it was a beautiful day, and people sometimes people wait. So don't wait. If you're listening to this and you think you want to go, I would encourage you to get your tickets.
The time to act is now.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Exactly.
So again, let's just have the website for the nonprofit and for the event coming up.
Sure. The website for our organization is very simply Pier, P-I-E-R, intothefuture.org. And all the ticket information is on there. Or you can just go to Brown Paper Tickets. Or just Google Ventura Pier, and I believe we come up.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
All right, so peerintothefuture.org is the website.
Yep.
You can get ticket information there. Jenise, thank you so much for joining us. Wish you the best of luck as this event gets closer, and I know it's going to be a resounding success.
Good. We hope you'll be there.
I will be there.
All right.
You bet.
Good.
Okay. You can count on it.
Great.
All right. We've been visiting with Jenise Wagar and she is the Executive Director of Pier of the Future. And I'm Bill DeFoi. Thank you for joining us right here on News Junkies, a production of the Heritage Media Group.